Good morning, brothers and sisters of this realm and the next and the one before. I really don't have a true purpose for this video. I just felt like recording it and putting it out there. Don't know why. Maybe it stems from back when I was a kid and, being on TV was, I want to be on TV. We all wanted the Wayne's World thing instead. So I'm just putting this out there. Who knows? Maybe in a year it'll change. So, the video. Oh, this is my Christian tank top. It's holy. Sorry. I was thinking about things. I was watching Change My Mind videos of Steven Crowder. I watch those. I think those are pretty cool. I like them a lot. And I'm noticing people saying things. You can't have an opinion. You don't know what you're talking about. I don't believe these stats. Well, here's the thing. And this is what kind of inspired me, first of it. Whose statistics are you going to believe? Governments? Well, if you're sitting there saying it's a government, but you want to use government right. Do we trust independents? That sounds like a little more reasonable, but how do we know they're not making shit up? I've never been for statistics. I like them. They're fascinating. They're numbers and everything. It's just neat. The information is awesome. Information is everywhere. It's not always the right information. And I make so many jokes about it. Digging through what people say and what people present for true information is like digging through shit to get to the kernels of corn. Most of it's shit. But there are some nuggets in there that are worth saving. Now, I know. No, I don't go digging through my shit to find food. It's just whatever. But what do we believe? The videos I watched today were about, male privilege, hate speech, and rape culture. Now, here's what I find funny. I'm told I can't talk on those things because I'm a male. Okay. Hate speech because I'm white. And rape culture because I'm a man. Well, I've been raped. I've been raped a lot. I'm telling everybody. I'm telling the fucking world. I have been raped by men. Can't honestly say I've ever been raped by a woman. Men raped me. Well, men didn't rape me. Rapists raped me. They just happen to be males. Because men don't rape. Only rapists rape. Stitches on my asshole as a little boy. I had my jaw dislocated because I couldn't open it big enough. So yeah, it happened to me. All the way up into my early 20s. I didn't deserve any of it. None of it. So yeah, I can talk on rape. Anyone can talk about it. If you've been raped or not, it doesn't fucking matter. I'm sick of these fucking social justice warriors trying to fucking corner the market on trauma. So much pain. I'm sick of this shit. We've all been oppressed in one way or another. And I'm so sick and tired of the victim mentality. I'm tired of it. Fuck, man. Look at me. I was born into a family whose father was a fucking child molester and a woman and child beater. Wouldn't let us go to school. Wouldn't fucking take us to the doctors. That's why I'm blind in one eye, because he didn't take us to the doctors. My sister walks with a permanent fucking limp. Can't ride a bike. Can't sit on a bicycle or a motorcycle because her hips won't work. Because my stupid father wouldn't take her to the doctor to get the surgeries that she needed. Never knowing what reality was. Moving around every fucking month because my parents were on the run from the law for committing trash. So, you don't see me sitting here, it's because of that's why my life sucked. No. My life sucked because of stupid choices I made. Granted, it was based on stuff I was taught. But, after a while, you just gotta stop, man. By the time I was like 25, 26, 27, I started realizing, yeah, okay, most of what my parents taught me was a bunch of fucking bullshit. And honestly, that's all I knew. I mean, we were locked in the house for a long time. We weren't allowed to go out and play. We weren't allowed. Some people didn't even know we lived there. They didn't even know. All we knew was what we were taught by mom and dad. Get this. My mom flat out told us and taught us most of our lives that black. Oh, look at that little bitty butt for Harry. That a black person and a white person can't make a baby. God won't allow it. I mean, seriously? That was the wise teachings of our parents. So I'm sitting here thinking about this shit. We gotta stop with the victim mentality. We're all victims in one way or another. And honestly, dig deep enough and there is no victim. It really does. It has to stop. And the big problem is people are, and this is something I was inspired and I was talking to my son today, and he inspired this video as well. Just partial inspiration, but he's what motivated me to actually do it. I was wanting to, but I was on the fence. Right now it's a big fight, left versus right. I mean, it's always kind of been that way, but for some reason now it's popular. But we got the conservatives and the liberals, the Republicans and the Democrats, right versus the left. Oh boy. Does that make any fucking sense to anybody? Why can't we fight for just and do the right stuff and leave the rest of the shit alone? Like conservatives are like this and stuff. Well, keep that shit in your house. Liberals are like, well, keep that shit in your house. Should gay people get married? Fuck, it's a contract. Marriage doesn't mean anything anymore. I'm so sick and tired of people acting like, oh, I'm getting married. Are you coming? Why the fuck would I want to come to your fucking wedding or a party for yourself? It's not nothing. It's just you fucking wasting money on a party. This is what we've come to. Here's my conservative values that I feel that are conservative. But, most liberals say I'm a conservative on it. But who knows? I just got a text. Marriage was meant to be a union. Period. It was meant to be a symbolic gesture of what you're doing. People don't see it that way anymore. I'm sorry, but if you live with someone, have children with them, and you live as a married couple, your wedding isn't that important to me. Maybe had you done it the traditional way, it would mean something. That's just me. That's not what my son inspired, by the way. I was saying something about my values, but then I got liberal values, and a lot of your liberals, well, hey. That's a good hit this morning. Gay people should get married. Gay people should. Some good stuff. Because as long as they're not fucking the kids, who cares? Really good hit. Who cares? My hair's all messed up. Honestly, liberals want to take away guns or have gun control. Fuck that. No. I don't agree with gun control pretty much of any kind. Not even for felons. I don't give a fuck. Rights are rights are rights. They're your rights. They can't be taken. If they can be taken, then that means they're a privilege. Let's think, people. Oh, no one should own a machine gun. Why? Bottom line, history, because they banned guns. Yeah, and look how many fucking people are dying every day from knife attacks. The point is, stupids, that people that want to hurt other people are going to hurt other people. So, yeah, fuck the liberals on that. Fuck the liberals with their speech control. Don't agree with it. If I want to say a word, I'll say a word. If you don't like it, I'm sorry that offends you. I genuinely am sorry that you're offended by that. But that doesn't, your feelings don't trump my freedom. That's just, I mean, seriously. No, I'm not saying, oh, then I can step into a crowded theater and yell fire. But I mean, that's stupid. You know? But again, freedom of speech. I mean, people should have some common sense not to trample one another and help each other to get out of a burning building. But no, humans have gotten so fucking completely dumb that they don't help each other up to prosper. They stand on the backs of others. And we're all fucking slaves. That's the kicker. So no, I'm not left, nor am I right. I think a lot of your conservative videos on YouTube are funny as fuck. Because most liberals, man, their ideology is based upon emotion and definitely not logic. Oh, what the hell is that? Sorry. I'm using my phone. Pokemon. So no, I'm not a liberal, nor am I a conservative. I'm not a racist, not a misogynist. I think I don't agree there's a rape culture. That's fucking retarded. It's just what you define as rape. I mean, it's being defined now by lots and lots of people that a woman can go and have sex with a man and regret it the next day and withdraw consent, and it's rape. I've heard women literally tell me, because I man-spread, sorry, I got balls, my legs can't squish together, and I sit with my legs spread, that I am raping women that way. So what do you consider rape? I am the old school way. You know what fucking rape is. Person, you're a rapist. Period. Forcing someone to have sex is rape. Period. I mean, fuck. No means no. I stand by that. But, so by my definition, there is no fucking rape culture, because I don't know a single human being on this fucking planet that would say it's, well, no. I don't know anybody in this country, because I haven't been to the other countries, and I know there's some countries that endorse rape. It's really fucking weird. You know, but we can't hate on them because that's their culture. That's funny. That's real funny. Now, I'm not bashing just Muslims or anything, but, you know, I hate all religions. I think they're all fucking retarded, honestly. But okay to rape women. And if they're accepting of that because that's their culture. But then they're fighting against rape culture, which there isn't one, but it's a culture. See how none of that shit makes any fucking sense? None of it. None. Another one I wanted to post. Another subject I wanted to touch on. I'm only 38. I'll be 39 in August. And I say all the time, damn, I feel old. Oh, I feel old. I feel old. And people tell me, you're not old, dude. You're not even 40 yet. Okay, I accept that. I'm not old. But what I think a lot of people forget, and they don't think about, some that don't even know me, so they wouldn't know. Right? Hold on. Too tight. That's what she said. I've done a shit ton of meth in my day. Seriously, I've done a lot of meth. I was a meth addict. I'm recovering. 14 years, I think, in December. Something like that. That's why I don't have any teeth. The meth, I ain't gonna lie. I was a drug addict. I didn't know how to deal with the stuff that happened to me as a kid. And that was happening to me as an adult. I honestly, I didn't know. I was never taught. I don't know, man. Fuck. I was stupid. There's no other excuse. There's no excuse whatsoever for what I did. I have reasons, but they're not excuses. I'm not going to list my reasons. They would sound like excuses. But I'm old. Meth ages your fucking body. I'm 38, almost 39, but I'm pretty sure my body is running like a 60-year-old. I would stay up for days just tweaking. Fuck, man. And I don't know how I don't know how drug addicts do it. I was a drug addict. How we can fucking afford to stay high all the goddamn time, but now that I'm sober, I can barely fucking afford to keep food on my table. Not really. I'm not really that broke, but you guys get what I'm saying. You know, I always had money for dope, and I wasn't a thief. I didn't break into people's houses and do all that shit. Fuck, I just did. I just had dope, and I always had dope. And then there for a while, for at least 6 months, I was working. I had a real job, 40 plus hours a week. I worked a lot on the lie. But then I wound up selling it. And I had so much, and I was doing more. I was doing so much to where I had to do a lot just to go to sleep. I couldn't go to sleep unless I fucking did too much dope. I'd overamp myself and pass out. That's what happens when you do too much dope, meth. Because I was doing so much. I didn't care. It was like crack for me, man. I was just chasing that hit. Every fucking hit, every bump, every fucking needle, every fucking drink. Because I'd put it in my drinks. I'd put it in my food. Didn't eat much. Ramen noodles and, I remember these stupid jalapeno steak burritos I would get at the gas station. For some reason, I can eat those when I was on dope. I don't know why. And eggs. Eggs and hash browns I can eat when I'm on dope. It's easy peasy. Let me cross my eggs and hash browns right there in the fucking Waffle House, too. But the waitress didn't give a fuck because she was my customer. So I did a lot of fucking dope, guys. A lot, okay? I'm not bragging on this. But I want you to understand the amount of dope I did was enough. Oh my gosh, man. It was just fucking crazy. Crazy. And I'm like, my body is feeling it now. God, this video's all over the place, isn't it? But it's feeling it. I mean, every day I get up, fuck. Every day I hurt. Oh, I fucking hurt. My back kills me. My knees. I've had a surgery on each. Fucking kill me. I'm blind in one eye. But all of it, I aged fast. And I traveled a lot. Now, the knowledge I acquired as a kid traveling, it's not the same as the knowledge I acquired as an adult traveling. I didn't realize its knowledge and wisdom until I got older. Matter of fact, until I settled down with my wife, and well, she just made me better. I started to process this stuff because even though my memory isn't what it used to be because of the drugs and the head trauma and all that, it's still pretty fucking good compared to most people. And anyone who knows me knows that. So, the knowledge I acquired when I was younger, I was too young to process it. I know I had it, but I was too young to process it. The people I met, I'm not saying we were locked up all the time. I mean, we did meet people a lot, you know what I mean? Because that played along with my dad's cons. Panhandling it, basically. Just a fancy panhandler, all he was. But, no, we would sit there, I would learn things because, lived around bikers and members of militias and lived on compounds and communes. And we'd meet a lot of river rats, lived on the river a lot, motels, oh my gosh, did we live in a lot of motels? So many different, so that was a lot of knowledge that I retained, but I hadn't been able to process and convert into wisdom. Like I said, that didn't happen until about 10 years ago, almost 10. No, about 9, let's just go almost 9, because for the first year of my marriage, I don't know what the fuck I was, man, I was transitioning, okay? So it wasn't until about the second year of my marriage with my wife that I started to see things clearer. Because then I was on both sides of the spectrum now, completely. The whole 9-to-5 family thing, But, no. So, like, then I left home. I left home at 17. For the first 2 years of that, and then I lived in a small town in the Midwest. I mean, small town, like, I lived on the streets for the most part of that time. I think I was inside, living indoors for like maybe 4 to 6 months out of that 2 years. The rest of the time I lived outside or wherever I can find a place, Lived in the woods a lot, called it the brook. Slept on train tracks, which was stupid as fuck, but I did. I don't know why. They were abandoned. They were the ones that weren't used anymore. There's a train bridge, and the real train bridge was right next to it. But where I slept, I just felt safe there. I don't know why. We all trust our gut. Boy, was I dumb back then. But, so, there's wisdom to be gained there that I hadn't realized. I met a lot of people. Small town. Didn't meet everybody in the town, duh. But I met a lot of people on both ends of the spectrum. And some of the things that was taught to me that I thought I understood then, I understand much more now. You know, it's a process, right? Right. And then, I don't know, after that, when I turned about 19, I did the college thing for about a year. That wasn't for me. I didn't know it then, but I didn't fit in with people. So then I don't know, man, I just kind of went crazy. I got on drugs again. I wasn't doing a lot of it, because anytime meth was offered me, I'd take it. You know, I would. By the way, this is just cannabis. And then I hitchhiked. Hitchhiked a lot. A lot. Went places I'd never been before. Met people I would have never known existed had I not traveled. I've seen things that people can't even imagine to dream about. I was on the road a lot. I called on the road. And that's weird. Sorry. I just like the way that looked. The knowledge and wisdom one attains from that, it's hard to explain. It's for people who've never done that. It's the hardest thing for me to. I don't know how to express to you what that life was like. Okay, I really don't. See, it's all messed up here. I didn't feel poor. I didn't feel less than anything. I lived that way by what I had to do. Get a job, go to work, the normal life, what I do now. I knew that. But none of it ever excited me. None of it ever excited me. Buying a car, buying a house. Why? I never wanted any of that. I lived a very nomadic life. And I think I became attached to it. Now, I'm sharing all this is to give you an insight inside my mind. Because people say I'm smudged, arrogant, pompous. I act like I know it all. And I know I do that now. I see it. I can see how people would interpret it that way. I do. Because I sit and I think back to the way I am and how I feel. You know, and even a year ago, I'm different than what I was. I can see that. And my problem is I don't know how to tell people, you know, you don't have the experience to trump mine. Sorry, you don't. You know, I don't see how a person can sit and tell me they're more knowledgeable on life just because they lived in one town their whole life and never stepped outside the norm. You can't say you're an expert in the human race that way. I'm sorry, I don't care how many. You can't. That's like a doctor who's been working in the hospital for like 20 years. I would trust their opinion, their best guess, over some doctor who just got out of med school and read more books about it than the other doctor. I don't care. I'm sorry, and I'm not sorry. I'm sorry for the fact that I say I'm sorry a lot. I know it's stupid. I got 38 years, I still ain't fixed it, so who knows, right? But it's the way things are. Period. I sound smug. I don't mean to sound arrogant or pompous. I don't mean to sound like I'm but the fact still does remain that I have been from one side of this country to the other, top to bottom, multiple times, more than most truck drivers I've caught rides with. I've been to more places and locations than most truck drivers I rode with. Again, I'm not being arrogant. I've just seen sides of the human race that you can't know about unless you've seen it. Now, I'm not speaking for the rest of the world. I mean, although I've been, from my research, just reading online and interacting with people like on Facebook and YouTube and stuff like that. But no, I can't sit by anymore and argue with people who don't have experience. I can't sit by anymore and let myself be troubled over. See, normally I would say someone who's inferior to me. That sounds insulting. If you don't have the life experience I have, or at least close to it, I'll listen for the most part what you have to say, but unless you say something I don't know and I've never heard, I'm not going to really take much credit into your credentials. I don't know how to say them. The way I want to say it is, your opinion doesn't matter to me because you don't know enough. But you see, that sounds rude. You can't talk to people like that. I don't like being talked to like that, period. But how do I get people to understand? I've done more than most people twice my age. I've experienced more than most people twice my age. So, okay, well, this video is almost half an hour long. I didn't realize I had all that much to say. Okay, if anybody watches this, thank you. If I've offended anyone, I'm sorry. I never meant to. I'm sorry you're offended. Yeah.